required to give a short safety announcement. In the unlikely event of an emergency situation arising, please follow the directions of the crew. The boat will be brought alongside and may be evacuated through emergency exits. The locations of the doors are shown here. For your own safety and comfort, passengers are requested not to lean out of the windows or open the doors. Once the boat is underway, it is possible to stand in the cabin to take photographs. Thank you for your attention, and please enjoy the journey.
The safety announcement when we started there, and you all paid full attention to that. Yes? Right, so you all know the number of life jackets on board where we're located, yes? Oh, right, okay. Well, if you look underneath your seats, you won't find any life jackets there. Number of life jackets on board the boat is 2. I've got one, guess who's got the other? Phil and I, we have to wear them because we're working outside over the water all day. It is a working boat lift, we frequently have boats coming in, we have to work outside, securing them as well. That's why we're wearing them. You're safe inside the boat. Might seem a bit strange having a boat with no life jackets, why is that? Throughout the entire journey today, we're going to be floating in 5 feet of water. The boat's already sitting 4 feet down in the water, that's the way she naturally floats, that's called a draft. So if the worst happens and the boat sinks, we'll sink about a foot. If we're really unlucky, might get a puddle on the floor, just lift your feet up. But it is a passenger carrying vessel, so just to reiterate what the safety announcement said, I've already pointed out one of the exits, the one at the back here, that is one of the safety exits. There's also a similar one at the back of the boat, and there's 2 either side of the cabin, 2 either side of the back of the cabin. They're all clearly marked with green on both sides. All we ask is just to follow the rules. If for any reason we have to evacuate the boat, Phil will give us an instruction to do so as a skipper. And he and I will tie the boat up, and after that just follows Phil and I's instructions and we'll keep you right. Okay, going to play some videos for you today, and had a few requests this week. Somebody wanted to film Captain Phillips, somebody else wanted to film and inevitably somebody asked for the film Titanic. It's not going to happen, sorry. The film we're going to play for you is all the facts and figures about the Falkirk Wheel and about the canals in general. And as I say, if you have any questions after that, I'll be happy to answer them. Check the trunk, folks, and put those films on for you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, you are about to experience the unique marvel of the Falkirk Wheel. We are sure that you will enjoy this boat trip on the Falkirk Wheel, the world's first and only rotating boat lift, which continues the finest traditions of centuries-old Scottish engineering excellence and innovation. Opened by Her Majesty the Queen in 2002 as part of the Millennium Link project, the Falkirk Wheel was designed to reconnect the Forth and Clyde Canal with the Union Canal and reopen the waterway principally for recreational use. It replaces a series of 11 locks close to this site, which linked the two canals until the 1930s, when the lock system fell into disuse. The height difference between the Forth and Clyde Canal at the bottom and the Union Canal at the top is 35 metres. The Falkirk Wheel was designed by Scottish architects RMJM and constructed by Butterley Engineering of Derbyshire, and cost £17.5 million to build, with funding coming from many partners. The entire Millennium Link project cost £87 million. The Falkirk Wheel structure has an overall height of 35 metres and consists of two opposing arms which take the shape of a Celtic-inspired double-headed axe, and it will take just 4 minutes to travel to the top. The boat moves into a gondola, which holds boats side by side. There are two gondolas on the Falkirk Wheel, which always weigh the same, whether or not they carry their combined capacity of 600 tons, as the water contained within the gondolas is displaced to compensate. The Falkirk Wheel is under the operation of the main control room at the basin, and safety procedures are closely monitored to ensure that the wheel cannot turn until all the steps required have taken place. To make the Falkirk Wheel ready to turn, two hydraulic steel gates are raised to seal off the gondola from the water in the canal basin. Water between the gates is then pumped out, and a watertight seal which connects the gondola and the canal basin is removed. A hydraulic clamp and a series of securing pins, which prevent the arms of the wheel from moving while the gondola is docked, are now removed, allowing the Falkirk Wheel to turn. Machine room, an array of 10 hydraulic motors begins to rotate a central axle, which is carried on bearings at both ends. The axle connects to the outer arms of the Falkirk Wheel, and this now begins to rotate slowly at a speed of 1/8 of a revolution per minute. It takes around 4 minutes for the gondola to reach the top of the aqueduct, 25 metres above. The Falkirk Wheel can turn in a clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, and the choice over which way it turns is made by an operator in the control room. To reduce wear on bearings and other moving parts, the operator will evenly distribute the number of times the wheel turns in each direction. As the wheel rotates, the two gondolas are always kept in the upright position by a simple system of gears. Two 8-metre wide outer rings orbit a fixed inner coil of the same width. Two smaller coils connect the inner and outer rings together. These travel in the opposite direction to the outer rings, and this ensures that the two gondolas remain level. Without this system, the inertia created by over 80,000 gallons of water would tip each gondola over. According to Archimedes' principle, floating objects displace their own weight in water. So when a boat enters the gondola, the weight of water displaced will equal the weight of the boat. This means that one gondola holding one or more boats will always weigh the same as an empty gondola, providing that the water levels are the same. Maintaining an equal water level in each gondola is critical to the operation of the wheel. A system of electronic sensors constantly monitors the water levels up and down the falkirk wheel side. Balance and equilibrium are the two principles behind the falkirk wheel's remarkable energy efficiency. It uses only 1.5 kilowatt hours of energy to complete one half turn, the equivalent of boiling 8 electric kettles. Unlike a conventional lock gate, the falkirk wheel makes very economical use of water. Because water has to travel both up and down with the gondola, the canal water is never wasted. When the gondola reaches the top of the aqueduct, a hydraulic clamp locks onto the gondola to hold it in place, while the space between the gates is filled with water. Once the water levels have equalized, the gates are then lowered to allow the boat to pass through. The boat is now at the highest point of the falkirk wheel on the aqueduct and will travel through the pinch point, a gauging point on the canal, which ensures that boats are of a size which will fit along the Union Canal at its narrowest points. You can see in front of you the Roughcastle Tunnel. This tunnel was constructed as part of the junction between the Forth and Clyde Canal at the lower level to the Union Canal at the upper, therefore completing the Millennium Link. Above the tunnel are the remains of the Roman Antonine Wall, begun around AD 142 to protect the Roman invaders from the Picts. The Antonine Wall was 60 kilometres long, stretching from Bowness on the Forth to Old Kilpatrick on the Clyde, and was constructed of turf built up on a rubble stone base. The best preserved fort along the wall is known as Roughcastle, and is so close to where we are now that its name has been used for the time. The Forth and Clyde Canal, which runs from Grangemouth on the Forth to Bowling on the Clyde, was started in 1768, but was not completed until 1790 due to lack of funds. The Union Canal was opened in 1822, and the two linked by a flight of 11 locks. The Falkirk Wheel now provides a link between the two canals. The men of the workforce who dug out the canals were called navigators, and in time the name became shortened to navvies. They came here to work mainly from Ireland or the Scottish Highlands. Over 1,500 navvies worked on the building of the Forth and Clyde Canal. The canals were designed to provide fast routes for transporting goods from one side of Scotland to the other. And from the beginning, rivalry was fierce between companies, all keen to provide the quickest journey between Glasgow and Edinburgh. Originally, the boats using the canals would have been pulled along by horses, but these were replaced by steam-powered vessels. The world's first practical steamboat, the Charlotte d'Alsace, was trialled on the canal in 1803. Cargo carrying boats have their history too. A boat designed to carry loaded coal wagons was used on the Forth and Clyde Canal in the 1820s, and is thought to be the first boat in the world to carry wheeled vehicles. The principal cargoes carried on the canal were coal, iron, timber and chemicals. Industries grew up beside the canal, and some of the canal's side towns grew along with them. Places like Falkirk, Bonnybridge and Kirkintilloch, where iron foundries proliferated, expanded as a result of the canal's trade. Another major commodity was grain. This helped to feed growing urban centres, particularly in Glasgow and Edinburgh.
And you'll come along, you'll see some, looks like golf balls, 3 white golf balls in a row. Can everyone see them? They're liquid petroleum gas tanks down the Grangemouth docks. Come slightly left from the 3 golf balls and you'll see the kelpies. The kelpies are the sculptures by the artist Andy Scott, and they're huge horse heads, and they stand 30 metres high. Now the falkirk wheel's 35 metres high, so that gives you an idea just how high the kelpies are. And they mark the eastern exit of the Forth and Fife Canal out into the Firth of Forth there. Well worth a visit if you haven't been down to see them, they really are quite spectacular. Coming further round to the left, you'll see a great big chimney standing over there. That's over on the other side of the River Forth, and that's along Annet power station. It's coal-fired, it's the last coal-fired power station in Scotland, and it produces enough power for about over 2 million homes. Very much in use at the moment. There's talk about closure of that station in the near future. Now, although that coal-fired power station sits in the Forth, the coal that supplies it is imported from Clyde on the other side of the country. There used to be a mine underneath the Forth there that used to supply the coal to the power station, but that flooded a few years ago. So now they bring the water in huge container ship, bulk carriers up the River Clyde, bring it in from Eastern Europe and places abroad, and they offload it at Hunterston terminal onto trains. The trains run from Hunterston, bring the coal along the railway line you probably saw down in the below us there, and you take it over to the Forth. And the skipper of the boat here, he knows the driver of the coal train that runs from Hunterston over to Long Annet very, very well. And the driver's name is Robbie, he tells me. So, yeah, it's Robbie's coal train. Don't blame that one on me, folks, that's the skipper's joke. Okay, if you look over to the left side again and look up, I don't know if you'll see that too clearly, but that's our sister vessel going up in the other gondola. That's the Antonine. And she weighs an identical boat to this. They're sister ships. And she weighs about 50 tonnes as well. So at the moment, we've got 2 50-tonne boats in the gondolas. Now the gondolas, when they're empty, they'll have 250 tonnes of water in them, and the gondola itself weighs 50 tonnes. Now, the Archimedes principle, this boat is named the Archimedes, states that when a body floating in water will displace its own weight. So when we come into the gondola, we've displaced our own weight in water, so we're displacing 50 tonnes. So instead of 250 tonnes of water, there's now 200 tonnes of water in a 50-tonne boat. that's also the same in the other Thornwood moment. But it doesn't matter whether the Thornwood is empty, or whether there's more boats than that, it all balances out at the end of the day because of the water displacement principle. So you put that principle together with some very, very clever and complex engineering, and that's what makes the Falkirk wheel unique boat lift that it is. And it's also the entire weight of the structure that's moving at the moment, that's the arms and the centre strip and everything. That moving part of the structure weighs 1,800 tons in total. And it's all swinging through the sky very, very quietly. It's almost silent. So just demonstrate. It's all moving with about the same amount of power as it takes to boil. I think the video says the electric kettles, maybe even a bit less than that. And it's a bit like a bicycle wheel. If you give a bicycle wheel a push, it keeps turning itself. And that's what the motors and the motor house behind us do. They give the wheel a push, and most of the time it's actually just turning under its own momentum. So there you go, that's us by the way. Does anyone get any questions about the Falkirk? No? That's a question.